Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV drama series. Today's drama story is about the Cat Boy Crossworld Link Shell. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I mainly play as a cat boy in-game because I love their design. When I was a sprout back in around patch 5.3, I sometimes got random pets on the head from people who admire cat boys, and I would thank them. One person taught me how to use the /joy emote, and I've been using it to thank people ever since. People do love the ear wiggles. They asked me if it was my first time playing the game, and it was. So they'd give me items or even offer to help me with dungeons and ferry me to aetherites to attune to them. That was one of the reasons I subbed to the game early. The community was so nice and helpful. A few months in, and I was almost at Shadowbringers, I started getting into more social aspects of the game, like RPing, G-pose, and venue hopping. By this time, I had made a Twitter account for my Catboy and made friends and mutuals over it, primarily on the JPDC, where I play. Being a Catboy, I naturally made Catboy friends over time. Most of them were usually English speakers from Southeast Asia or Aussies or Kiwis, but I made a few Japanese Catboy friends as well. Then I posted on Twitter, is there a kind of a CWLS on our DC that is exclusively for Catboys? Within an hour, I got a DM from one of my Catboy friends. We'll call him Nobu. Nobu is one of the Catboy raiders I befriended and has been helping me through dungeons and trials at times. Turns out, he was already part of a new Crossworld Link Shell that was exclusively for Catboys. The Crossworld Link Shell members were online at the time, so he invited me to meet them. We went to this cozy bar venue and I was introduced to the leader of the Crossworld Link Shell. He was a dapper looking catboy surrounded by similarly dressed catboys. Some of them I'm already acquainted with. He stood up, pet me on the head, and invited me to their Crossworld Link Shell. This was Masato, a rather charismatic catboy. It was a very good first impression. Nobu introduced me to Masato, and Masato seemed like an interesting person. He had many plans to expand the Catboy community on our DC. You see, on our side of the JP data center, a Crossworld Link Shell for English-speaking Catboys was virtually non-existent. If there were, they were usually Japanese only, or were incredibly private or exclusive. One of the members in the Crossworld Link Shell quipped one time, for some reason, large Catboy communities here on our DC don't really last long. I was about to find out why soon. The next few months with Masato and the other Catboys were fun. We did 24 Catboy Alliance raids together, had G-pose sessions in themed outfits, and just hanged out at venues to create a Catboy corner for fun. What? 24-man Catboy Alliance. That would have been so funny. This is a Catboy cult. These were the good times, and membership had already reached more than 60 members. Masato even had a private estate in Shirogane, which was a bathhouse where us Catboys could use as a clubhouse. We used his venue sometimes for gathering and such. Then entered Jiro, who is a Japanese Catboy looking to make English-speaking friends to practice his English. Jiro was already acquainted with me, Nobu, and a few other Catboys in the Crossworld Link Shell, and Nobu and I were one of the few Catboys who could communicate with him in Japanese. So we asked Masato if Jiro could join. Masato was a bit reluctant to have someone who could not fully communicate in English, but he eventually sent him an invite upon seeing how handsome Jiro's Catboy was. And Jiro was welcomed warmly into the group, with some even greeting him in Japanese, and he replied in English, greeting everyone back as well. Nobu introduced him to Masato, and Masato replied, Just so you know, I'm the leader here, not Nobu. Jiro then sent me a tell in Japanese asking me what Masato meant by just so you know. Since he was not familiar with that expression, I told him that Masato was probably trying to emphasize that he is the leader. Jiro said, "Is this like power harassment?" Haha, hopefully not. I think that was just one of many of Masato's red flags to come. When Tower of Paradigm's Breach came out, everyone was hyped, and many wanted to run it blind for fun. Many of the Cat Boys were online in the Crossworld Link Shell when the Alliance raid was released, so we tried to see who was available to make an all-Cat Boy party of 8. The other members were either already running it or hadn't reached it yet, so we couldn't get a full party of 24 at the time. As we were forming our party, Masato came online and greeted everyone in the Crossworld Link Shell, like he always does. A few, including me, greeted him back, but the other members were still discussing who they could tag along for the blind run, and the others were busy being in the new Alliance raid. Masato then started to throw a fit. "Why didn't all of you greet me when I came online? I always greet the Crossworld Link Shell, but why can't you all do the same?" he said. I was in voice chat with some of the Cat Boys at this time, and we were like, how do we reply to him? We apologized and offered to bring him along to the blind run, but he refused and said, "It should be me forming the party. I'm the leader of this Cat Boy Crossworld Link Shell. You shouldn't do things on your own without my consent." What? Shouldn't he be happy as a leader that they're doing stuff without him? Hello? A friend who was in the same FC as he said that he logged off after that. This made the Crossworld Link Shell quiet for a while, and for those of us in the party chat and voice call, we had already queued into the new Alliance raid with a full party of Cat Boys. But aside from learning the new mechs in the Alliance raid, we also talked about Masato and his behavior. One of them shared that Masato always seemed to assert his dominance as the leader of the group whenever he could, telling everyone that he is the leader of the Crossworld Link Shell and that he makes the decisions. Another friend said that he was planning to leave the Crossworld Link Shell since Masato was turning him off. After many wipes in the new Alliance raid, we were able to complete it and take G poses at the end. Later, there was a content drought, so many Crossworld Link Shell members became inactive. Some people would drink a Fantasia to be another race for a while and turn back into their main race after the next patch release. One of my friends Fanted into a Lala, and another one into a male Aura. We laughed over this and met up to G-Pose, and we posted it onto our Crossworld Link Shell Discord. However, when Masato saw our photos, he got pissed. We only found out he got pissed after we saw those two friends of ours get booted from the Crossworld Link Shell. I asked Masato why he booted them, and he said, "A Catboy Crossworld Link Shell is not a Catboy Crossworld Link Shell if there are non-Catboys in it." I kind of agree with this, but he just started booting people without their consent and even called those who fanted traitors. A few others told Masato that the two would fanta back into Catboys eventually, but he was having none of it and just shut himself off. The formerly Catboy Lala friend then told me, "That's alright. I've had enough of Masato and his drama queen attitude anyways." He decided to troll Masato a bit more by wearing werewolf ears and passing himself off as a Lala Catboy and then posting it into our screenshots channel. He was then, of course, booted from the Discord server. He's like, "I'm gonna piss him off." It's sounding like more of a cult. Yeah, it really is now. A few weeks passed, and we noticed that more members were being booted from the Crossworld Link Shell. We didn't really know why, but we thought that Masato was looking up their information on the lodestone and booting members if they were no longer a Catboy. The other reason might have been that members were leaving because of Masato. Nobu asked Masato why this was happening, and Masato just said, This is my Crossworld Link Shell. I run it the way I want. I'm the leader of the Crossworld Link Shell, not you. This made me think, was Masato threatened by Nobu simply because he was quite popular in the Crossworld Link Shell? What made Nobu popular in the group was that he started the trend of adding meow after each sentence. It's so cute. And the other members thought it was cute and started doing it too. Okay, meow. Masato didn't like it, telling people in the Crossworld Link Shell to talk normally when he was online. Also, Masato would throw a fit if members were not hanging out at his clubhouse or if they didn't greet him back. Eventually, things became even quieter. The Crossworld Link Shell was not as active as it used to be. Jiro had already left for an all-Japanese Catboy Crossworld Link Shell, also turned off by Masato's attitude. He offered me to tag along, but I politely declined, waiting to see how things will turn out in Masato's Crossworld Link Shell. Only a handful of members were active now, with just me, Nobu, and a few others. Word had caught on the data center about how Masato started booting people from his Crossworld Link Shell, and friends of those who were booted started confronting him about it. I don't know what happened when Masato was confronted by those people, but Masato started to withdraw more and become quieter. A week later, I noticed that our Crossworld Link Shell had been disbanded and our Discord server was gone. Our community, or what was left of it, was completely nuked. We were confused as to what happened and tried to make sense of it. And Nobu told us that Masato decided to just nuke both the Crossworld Link Shell and the Discord and move to another DC. Apparently, one of Masato's close confidants in the Crossworld Link Shell tried to talk him out of it, but Masato was inconsolable, thinking that everyone disliked him now. I don't know where Masato is now, but I heard he moved to OCE as soon as it was released. The remnants of our Crossworld Link Shell then decided to create our own Catboy Crossworld Link Shell, one that was more inclusive and with more freedom than Masato's Crossworld Link Shell. We even invited back the members who were booted by Masato, and everyone was happy. Things didn't last long, however, as more drama happened involving Nobu and a few others. But that's a story for another time. The Crossworld Link Shell then started falling apart again, especially after Endwalker's release, when half of the Crossworld Link Shells fanted into a bun boy permanently.
Hey, bunny boys for life, baby!
Bun boys destroyed Catboy Link Shells. Now we're almost at 6.3 and the Crossworld Link Shell is completely inactive. The Catboys who left either formed their own smaller Catboy cliques or fanted into other races for good. They also became busy IRL, so they weren't online often. I finally decided to take up Jiro's invitation and join the Japanese Catboy Crossworld Link Shell, which was more lenient with inviting non-Japanese. The members there don't chat much, but they announce regular events in it, which I end up joining. It was more low maintenance, so I like it. Then I heard from a friend that a Crossworld Link Shell that was exclusively for Catboys and Bun Boys was being formed, but I politely declined, being content with the small communities I'm already in. I'm done with exclusive Crossworld Link Shells. Thank you for reading my drama story. Have a good day. So cute. Like, I think it's so interesting to have a glimpse of that part of Final Fantasy. Can't we all just get along? Meowdy, meow. Very cute meow. Meow is like a radio check.
Meow.
Damn, so salty. That's so high school. Yeah, it's like we all run into those people who get like a kick out of being a leader. They're like, I need attention. Why aren't you guys playing with me or greeting me? He ended up being one of those leaders. No. and everyone just got tired of it. I like that little Lala who'd like try to troll him in the end. Where are all the Lalafell link shells? Oh, there's probably some. I know that there's an FC that's all Lalafells and Seraph. Meow on the street. I thought you were gonna say meow on the street, meow in the sheets. But it's funny how like when Bun Boys came around, it just like destroyed everything. A bunch of cat boys were like, I'm a Bun Boy now! Woo! Now I kind of want to see pictures of all, like an alliance raid with all cat boys or all Lalafels or all, like just any race, just like one race of all of that. I miss the cat boy era. Yeah, it's kind of gone, isn't it? I heard about that. I kind of came in right before Endwalkers, so I saw all the, basically a bunch of people turn into Bun Boys. Let me know in the comments below if you miss the cat boy slut era. If you have any of your own drama stories that you'd like me to share and read out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra. And a big thank you to my kind members who support my YouTube content.